What is up, everyone? It's Mr.StealUrGurl coming at you with another round 3 match of the StealSpeaks Open. The map is, of course, Way Station State. You've already seen one if you've been following along between two esteemed players. It was an awesome one. Let's hope this one is just as amazing. We got Redarrow going her customary red, and she is spawning in as a Cybran, dropping 2 air factories. That is a very interesting opener for a Cybran player on such a small map. And her opponent, Althis, spawning in as a purple Aeon ACU. Let's take a look at him. Yes, there he is. His engineer was a little slow to the command, but that's all good. He's dropping down a land factory. Let's just hope, for Redarrow's sake, that Althis is merciful and doesn't drop down a TML, because that could be extremely painful on a map like this. There's Redarrow's ACU just building away, chilling in her base, dropping down some resources, metal extractors, mass extractors, same thing. Alright. Popping up the game speed, and Redarrow could see all that she needs to see. She could see everything in her opponent's base right now, and Althis, very nice placement on that air defense tower. That is going to offer up quite a large radius of defense, and those poor bombers not being able to do much damage against this radar station because of this wall here, I believe. Or there was only 3 of them. It takes about 5 to 1 pass a radar station. But Althis is so good, he repaired that radar station so fast. And yes, that engineer would be an awesome kill if Redarrow has enough time to make a few passes. That's a lot of micro there to get this bad boy, but unfortunately there's that AA tower, and there's going to be another AA tower. If I was Redarrow, I wouldn't even bother. Redarrow already has a bunch of resources, very, very nice. And like I said, there's a lot of freaking AA, but wow, she persists, and she took out that engineer. Very nice pickup there. And it even caused Althis not to finish his mass extractor. That's unfortunate for him. But this guy is this little engineer that is definitely going to repair and finish up the resourcing options. And an AA tower so close to Redarrow's base, that is so painful. And this is really nice TML range here for Althis. That could be so painful if that happens. But luckily for Redarrow, he decides to go the sonic battery on the bots. So Althis now has 2 land factories, a little bit behind on eco compared to Redarrow. Redarrow has the air advantage, but hopefully Redarrow stopped building air, because she really has no way of dealing with this, considering there's sonic batteries out. That's going to be AA all day long. And I like the mobile missile launcher. That's going to be so much pain brought down on Redarrow's world, unfortunately for her. And I like how Redarrow is continually expanding. That is how the pros do. And Althis is doing the same thing. That is excellent. Redarrow now already has pretty much 3 land factories, but I don't know if Redarrow is going to be able to do that much with an ACU. 3 mobile missile launchers bearing down upon her. But Brackmen have been known to create some miracles. So let's see what happens. May not want to get too close to that commander there. Nice bombing run, taking out at least 2 units. The Brackmen are completely nullified by that shield. Very nice play there by Althis by moving his units under the factory shield. And this is how this match is going to have to be played. Poke in, poke out. But the Brackmen, if one hit from those Brackmen could do some major devastation. And again, an excellent move there. I like how Redarrow is moving her units right here on this platform. And that can mean free shots for Red Arrow on that AA tower. Just has to micro out of the way of those mobile missile launchers. If she miss micros just like she did there, lots of damage could happen to those Brackmen. And boom, down goes one. That is so unfortunate. Just one false move and you could lose a unit. And just one more Brackman shot would take that out. Red Arrow is unfortunately walking away from it. And a very nice placement for the long-range point defense. That is a nasty little thing that actually might be able to take out the units on that ridge right there. So that is a well-placed little thing, well-placed structure, and I think Red Arrow was smart to walk away from that. So Red Arrow is queuing up a bunch of energy, and 2 research stations going down for Althis. Very nice. And the Brackman, you see that? One hit from those Brackman, one volley could do so much damage to Aeon. This is like the hard counter for the little, right here, that tiny little area. This isn't such a large area, and it's not ideal for the Aeon player's slower moving tanks to be in this area. So Brackman spam right here is excellent. A really good way to counter this might be Shotchas. Just keep Shotchas in back. You gotta have really good control for that. That could be really awesome. Or the Chrome Shield could be very good. Or just really, really, really good micro. And Althis, stop building the Harvogs. And AA being really obnoxious. And like I said, that point defense is doing massive damage. What's happening to that shield? God, that shield is holding up very well, and that point defense pays for itself practically by shooing away those units. I don't know if it pays for itself in regards to how many units killed, but definitely for just the denial of area right there. That is very well played. And Red Arrow, really her commander should be doing that, and she should switch it out if a push happens. That would be a wise decision. The commander, it would be better if the commander is building these because she could build so much more fast. Looks like she needs power. So that is an important thing. And again, a nice little push here. And that point defense is just free to wipe out those guys. And the tanks are now attacking. Boom! Down goes that point defense. And unfortunately, Red Arrow's out of position. And teleport, power detonate, is active. But will it be able to do anything if Althis micros the way he needs to micro, excuse me. And Renegades, what a choice. And that is a very nice teleport for Althis. Althis, now all he needs to do, is that a, oh my goodness, I need to watch zoomed out because it's kind of a base trade. I do not know why Red Arrow has opted to do this. That commander is in such a terrible position. It's a commander race. Althis' HP is dropping, but boom! Down goes Red Arrow. Wow, what a clutch win there for Althis. A very nice move. If he did not pull that off, Red Arrow would have definitely taken him out. Very cool match. This match was super sweet. Great job there, Althis. And Red Arrow, I didn't mean to criticize your building queue, but I think it would have been a better idea to build with the commander. But you were right to have the engineer to do it because who knows when an attack could come. That commander needs to be free to defend that base. But anyhow, very well played there by Althis. Those were some really, really awesome teleports right there. Really helped win him that game. I mean, you just give Red Arrow the time, she would have made a comeback, and it would have really hurt. Althis did not allow that to happen. He dropped down a bunch of research stations and teleported all over her base, wrecking what he could, and then finally when the base trade happened, teleporting on that commander and taking her out because those gunships were eating away at Althis' commander's hull. So awesome job to both players. That was super exciting there, especially towards the end. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for following along with the StealSpeaks Open. So hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, share. I'm sounding like a crazy person. I'm just being silly though. But share with anybody who you think would like this. So keep on watching these videos, and as always, everybody, GG.